So after 2 weeks with the iPhone Air, I'm actually going to be returning it. And it's not because I hate this phone, far from it. There are so many things to love about this device. This design is refreshing, the form factor in the hand feels elite, and the size of the display is spot on. Now, I get it. So many of you love this phone, and I totally understand why. But after living with the iPhone Air extensively, I really don't think the iPhone Air is worth it. At least not this first iteration. So today in this video, I'm going to give you guys my honest thoughts on the iPhone Air after 2 weeks of real usage and explain exactly why I'm returning it. But here's the thing, I'm not returning it just because of one flaw. It's not like the weak battery alone or the single camera setup ruined it for me. It's really a combination of issues that stack up and make this phone, at least for me, not worth keeping. And that's exactly what we're going to be breaking down in this video. Before we dive in, if you're new here, make sure you guys do subscribe. We're almost at 70,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. And I really do appreciate every single one of you for supporting the channel. And a quick plug, all the wallpapers you see in this video is from my very own store. These are all 20% off for Techtober. So if you guys want to support the channel and freshen up setup with these amazing wallpapers, there's a link for you guys down below. Okay, so let's start with the positives, because believe it or not, there are plenty. The iPhone Air is light, it's thin, and it has that wow factor we haven't seen since the iPhone 10. The Air, in my opinion, actually makes the iPhone feel brand new again. And after so many years, Apple finally did something different. Apple hasn't made a phone that feels this refreshing in years. It's slim, it's lightweight, and when you go to pick it up, it just feels elite in the hands. That titanium frame really adds to the premium feel. It's smooth, it's sturdy, and it just feels like you're holding something really expensive. Then there's the finish. I went with the light gold colorway, and honestly, this thing looks incredible. This phone almost feels more like a fashion accessory than just a smartphone. It has that presence, like it completes your setup or your outfit in a way most tech products don't. And of course, the size of the display. At 6.5 inches, it's the perfect middle ground between the Pro Max at 6.9 inches and the iPhone 17 Pro at 6.3 inches. You still get a big screen experience without the bulk. It's easy to use one-handed, easy to reach the top without stretching too much, and it's just super comfortable for long sessions. The display itself is one of the best in the business. It's bright outdoors, punchy colors, sharp details. Whether you're watching videos, scrolling, or just reading, everything looks fantastic. So yeah, the iPhone Air nails the design. The frame, the finish, the form factor, and the display. These are things that just pull you in and make you want to keep using the device. But as you'll see, the problems start to show up once you live with it day to day. And let me tell you, quite frankly, when I first picked up this device, I genuinely thought this would be my phone I stick with as my daily from here on out. But of course, things changed. Now, let's get into the bad, because this is where the iPhone Air sort of starts to fall apart. No matter how you spin it, the first and the most obvious problem is the battery life. I've been averaging around 5.5 hours of screen on time, and honestly, that's just not good enough in 2025. If you're using your phone lately for a bit of social media, texting, checking emails, you might be able to squeeze through the day. But the second you push this device, the battery drops off fast. If you turn on hotspot for your laptop, you'll watch the battery percentage tick down like a stopwatch. And here's something interesting that I've noticed. When I'm at home or on Wi-Fi, the battery life is actually manageable. I can get through most of the day without stressing. But the second I step outdoors and rely on 5G for most of my day, the battery drain is brutal. By mid-afternoon, I'm already hunting for a charger. It makes this phone feel unpredictable. It's fine on Wi-Fi, but unreliable when you're out there in the real world. Apple made a big deal about the new C1X modem, claiming it's supposed to be faster and more power efficient. But in real world use, I really don't see it. I mean, the signal reception is fine, sure, but it doesn't feel like the phone is conserving energy any better. If anything, it still burns through power quicker than expected, especially on 5G. And then there's the charging. Despite having a smaller battery than the Pro and the Pro Max, the charging speeds aren't any faster. You'd think a smaller cell would top up quickly, but nope, it still feels very slow. This becomes a huge pain if you're in a rush, because you don't get that rapid 10 minutes to 50% experience that some Android flagships offer. And Apple's solution to all of this is the new MagSafe battery extender. And don't get me wrong, it's a nice accessory, but it costs 140 Canadian dollars. That means not only are you paying a premium for the phone itself, but you're also essentially forced to buy an add-on just to make the phone more usable throughout the day. And that bumps the effective cost of owning the Air way up. It just doesn't feel right to have to fix a brand new phone with another Apple product the moment you buy it. Then there's the camera situation. The main sensor is very good. It takes sharp, detailed photos, and Apple's image processing is as strong as ever. But the single camera setup is a huge limitation. There is no ultra-wide, there is no telephoto, and especially at this price point, that's just not excusable. Even the Samsung Galaxy S25 Edge, which is this phone's direct competitor from Samsung, that phone actually includes an ultra-wide-angle lens. And here we are with Apple leaving it out. To me, that makes the phone feel incomplete. If you want to capture a big group of friends or a dramatic landscape, too bad, you can't. You're stuck with the standard lens. And then for video, which has always been Apple's strong point, but the limitations on this phone are even more surprising. The iPhone Air can't shoot in cinematic mode, and it doesn't support ProRes either. Now, this phone is running the A19 Pro processor, so there's no technical reason it shouldn't be capable. The only reasonable explanation is Apple intentionally held it back, probably for thermal reasons. But as a consumer who went out and bought this phone, that doesn't make it any less frustrating. When you start adding all of this up, the weak battery life, the slow charging, the expensive battery extender, the missing ultra-wide-angle lens, the stripped-down video features, it feels like Apple gave us a phone that looks exciting, but is full of compromises once you actually start using it. And for me, those compromises make it really hard to justify keeping the iPhone Air, especially at this price point. And now we get to the ugly, the stuff that really makes this phone unusable for me. For some reason, the iPhone Air struggles with stability. I've had this phone lag, stutter, and even freeze on me more times than I can count in just 2 weeks. Sometimes it's just while I'm switching between apps. Sometimes it happens when I'm just typing, and a couple of times the whole display just locked up completely. And keep in mind, this is Apple's latest A19 Pro chip, which on paper should be more than capable. But in reality, it feels like the phone can't handle its own software and hardware combination. The heating issues make it worse. The top half of the phone gets uncomfortably hot way too often. I'm not even talking about gaming or recording long videos. I mean just everyday stuff. One time I was literally just ordering Uber Eats and live activities was running in the background. Nothing else. And the top of the phone heated up to nearly 40 degrees Celsius. That is absolutely insane for such a light task. And it doesn't give you much confidence that this phone can handle anything heavier without overheating. And the thing is, when it does heat up, you can feel the throttling kick in. Animations start to slow, apps take longer to respond, and the whole phone just feels like it's dragging itself along. It's really frustrating because you're constantly reminded that this beautiful, futuristic looking phone has a serious reliability problem. Then there's the scariest moment I've had so far. The display completely froze on me and nothing I did worked. I tried forcing a restart, but every time I pressed and held down the buttons, the phone triggered emergency SOS and started calling emergency services instead. That's not just inconvenient, that's a total nightmare. I had to literally wait for the phone to completely die before I could start using it again. And this is a brand new iPhone. That shouldn't be happening. These experiences highlight the bigger issue. This phone feels unstable, you just can't trust it. When a device lags, freezes, and overheats during basic tasks, it stops being a reliable daily driver. And for me, reliability is everything. I don't care how premium the titanium frame feels, how gorgeous the display looks, or how lightweight and comfortable it is. If I can't trust my phone to work when I need it the most, it's not worth keeping. So while the iPhone Air is easily one of the most exciting iPhone designs in years, it's also one of the most frustrating to live with. And that's the ugly truth of why I'm returning it. So here's the verdict after 2 weeks. The iPhone Air is one of the most exciting iPhones Apple has ever made. But unfortunately, it's also one of the most frustrating to actually live with. On the good side, I can't deny it. This design is beautiful, the titanium frame feels amazing in the hands, and the light gold finish looks super premium. Not to mention the whole phone feels like a fashion accessory than just another piece of tech. The 6.5-inch display is that perfect middle ground, not too big, not too small, and it's genuinely one of the best panels on the market right now. But then you step into the bad and the ugly, and the story changes. The battery life is weak, the charging is slow, the missing ultra-wide camera makes the system feel incomplete, and video features like cinematic mode and ProRes are randomly cut off, even though the hardware should be able to handle it. Add to that the lag, the overheating, the random freezes, and those moments when you lose confidence that the phone will even work when you need it, and it's just too many compromises stacked up on top of one another. So who is the iPhone Air actually for? I mean, if you want a lightweight, stylish iPhone that turns heads and you don't push your phone too hard, you might genuinely love the iPhone Air. It looks incredible, it feels fresh, and for light users, it'll probably hold up just fine. But if you're like me, using your phone heavily every day for work, for navigation, for content, for everything basically, the iPhone Air just isn't reliable enough. And reliability is everything when it comes to a phone you're trusting to get you through your day. That's why at the end of the day, I'm returning the iPhone Air. It's a phone full of potential, but the first iteration just isn't it. Hopefully Apple learns some lessons here and makes the next Air the phone we all wanted it to be. And of course, if you guys made it to the end of this video, drop a dolphin emoji down in the comments below. I would love to know who my true supporters are. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, like the video and hype the video, and don't forget to flex with your ultra thin tech. Honestly bro, I really do like this phone.